How's it going, everybody? So we just got in the October stats. So let's dive right in. So for the state of Florida as a whole in October compared to this time last year, closed sales were up about 14%. Median home prices dropped just a little, about 0.9%. We're down to $411,000 for the median sale price, and active inventory is up about 8.9%. That's for the entire state of Florida for single family homes. Whenever we zoom in on Citrus and Marion County, we can see that Citrus County, the closed sales are up about 12%. Median sale price is still down, but not terrible, at 1.6%. So the median sales price here in Citrus County is $275,495. And active inventory is up about 30% compared to this time last year. And then whenever we zoom in on Marion County, we can see that closed sales are also up about 12% compared to this time last year. The median sales price, once again, is down, but not terrible, at about 1.7%, bringing the median sales price to $285,000. And then the active inventory in Marion is also up 30% compared to this time last year. So, what do these numbers mean, and what do they mean if you're thinking about buying or selling? Well, I think one of the most important numbers that we have to look at are those closed sales being up double digits compared to this time last year in Citrus and Marion County. And what could that possibly mean? It doesn't feel like we've seen a 10% plus increase in sales. So and you hear all of this news about the markets being challenging. So how come we're seeing this big increase? Well, I think part of it is compared to this time last year. Well, there were hurricanes last year, so I think that played a big factor. So those numbers, although accurate, may not be telling the whole story. I do believe that if last year were a traditional year, those numbers would be much closer. I do think we would still probably see a small bump, but it wouldn't be a double-digit increase. So while those numbers are accurate, I wouldn't focus in on it too hard. What I would focus in on more is the median sales price being down, in both cases in Citrus and Marion County, approaching 2%. And that feels on par with what we're seeing here in Florida. It has been a softer market and a bit more challenging, but I think it is starting to show signs that we're getting back to a more normal. The active inventory being up 30%, still a challenge. It's been a challenge the majority of the year, and I think we're going to see that flow into 2026. So I don't expect that to change too much initially. I do expect to see that active inventory to come down and create a more balanced market, possibly favoring sellers just a bit, as soon as we see those interest rates drop, hopefully a little bit. So what this means is that if you're a buyer and you're on the fence, I think that this is a great market for you. I would take advantage of this market here at the end of 2025 or the beginning of 2026, while there is still this increased inventory, while there are these extra choices that you would not have had a year ago, and are unlikely to have a year from now. I would definitely, if you're a buyer, I would look at taking advantage of this market. It is definitely leaning towards your side of the fence. Now, if you're a seller, I think that it's relatively good news as well. We do see that although I think those sold numbers are a little skewed based upon what was going on last year, we do see that properties are moving. And I think that they're moving slightly better than last year right now, and I think we're going to see that continue into 2026. So the market is definitely balancing out, and it is not as rough for sellers as long as you're priced right. We are down just a hair from this time last year, so you've got to price it accordingly. But I think this is positive sign for sellers. So if you're on the fence, if you've been holding out, thinking that things are going to turn around, well, they're starting to, and now might be a good time to put your home on the market. I don't think that we're going to see crazy increases. Certainly not in the beginning of the year. So I don't think that if your strategy is, oh, if I hold out for 3 or 4 months, I should be able to get a much higher return. I don't think that that's going to be the case. So if you're on the fence, signs are looking good. I'd go on and get off the fence before, while things are moving along steadily and while buyers are buying. So um, that is the general outlook. It's looking positive for the market as a whole. If you're a buyer, take advantage of this opportunity. It might be the best opportunity that you have for quite some time. And if you're a seller, well, it's looking a lot better than it was 6 months ago. So now might be a great time to put your home on the market. But if you have any questions about your specific circumstance, or if there's anything I can do to help you buy or sell here in the state of Florida, reach out to me. Happy to help any way that I can. And as always, if you find value in this video, please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you so much.